Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful souls. It's Shills here. I hope you're all keeping well and good. So, today I'm sharing three things or three keys to manifestation. Okay, and if you're not familiar with manifestation, it's about thinking and feeling about the things that you desire and bringing them to you. Okay, bringing them so that they're tangible. So, manifestation is about aligning your thoughts, because thoughts become things, and having that feeling that you've already got it before you've actually got it. But you also need to do some action to attract what you want and what you desire. Okay, so the first key is clarity and vision. You can't manifest what you're not clear about. So if you're looking to manifest, say, a new home, then you need to write down exactly what this new home is going to mean to you. Is it going to be, 3, 4 bedrooms? Is it going to be a house? It's going to be a bungalow. You've got to be really specific about your desire. Does it have a garage? Does it have a conservatory, gardens, etc.? Where's the location? You've really got to think and feel about what it is that you want. And that goes for anything, not just houses. It can be cars, it can be money. But when you want to manifest more money, think about the exact amount that you need, okay, and what you want to use that money for. So this money is going to bring you, say, you can't, you just say, I want £5,000 or something. Be specific what that £5,000 is going to be used for. And then you can write it down and say, right, 2,000 is going to go on a lovely holiday to whatever destination. The holiday is going to be with certain family or friends. Okay, what time of year is it going to be? It has to be very specific, and then you could be using the money for something else. And again, write those desires down, be specific, because our thoughts really do become our things. Okay, thoughts become things. But you have to believe that you are going to get it. Because if you're very flaky about whether, I'm writing this down, but I'm really not sure, then it's not going to happen. But you've got to have that feeling that it's already manifested. Okay. Then it may not happen immediately. There may be some time frame for it. I remember when I wanted to manifest a new home. So this is going back literally 25, 26 years ago. And I've got someone that can vouch for this as well. I've got a friend. I wanted a mock Tudor home. Okay, I would look at the local paper before we had internet, and we would look at these homes. We would go to show homes as well, and we would imagine that we were actually living in this style of home. And then a year or so later, when we decided just randomly to get the house that we were living in valued, and thought, okay, it was worth more than what we thought. And then we started looking at these houses, and we'd actually chosen a house that wasn't quite what we wanted. We'd even put in an offer for it, but we ended up changing it because somebody at work was selling their house. And I actually thought it was out of our reach, but it turned out that because we didn't go through the estate agent with them, they knocked some money off, and we bought that house. And it was a mock Tudor detached house. It was 3 bedrooms, but we made it into 4. Okay, but it was the house that I wanted. I'd kept looking at this style of houses, and we got it. Okay, but things happen in life and relationships change. So I ended up having to sell that home. But when I was looking at my next home, I knew I needed a house that had a decent garden, a driveway for at least 1 or 2 cars, and a conservatory. I had a thing about conservatories as well. And the next house that I got had that. It had room for 2 cars on the drive. It had a conservatory already on the back of the house. And so I believe I manifested that as well. And these things happened before I really knew about The Secret, manifestation, etc. So it's when you desire something, but you don't focus on it too much. You just think about it, write it down, what you want, and then just let the universe take control of how you're going to get it. So that's 2 houses I've manifested, well, maybe 3 if you count this one that I'm in now as well. So yeah, so I've manifested, like, so that's a big thing. And then I've manifested the car that I've got, albeit when my son was looking for a car, I had my idea of what car I would love. And so I kept swaying him to get this certain car. It's a Kia Sportage. It's like, no, you want to get that. And I knew that he would end up going abroad. And I thought, I can buy that car off of him. So technically, I manifested that car as well. And I've got it. I've still got it. I love that car. And that's also the thing as well. It's like, you have got to have that feelings of what it is that you desire, and being so happy on that frequency of knowing that you can have it. Okay, so that's actually the second key, is embodying the energy. Feel it first. So manifestation isn't just about thinking it. You really have to feel as though you've got it now, and then it will come to you. So you've got to act as if you've already got it. It may take some time to come through, but just know it's there. It's out there. It's out there in the universe waiting for you to get it. Okay. You can also have an attitude of gratitude, feeling like I'm so grateful I've already got it. I've actually got, I've left my journal in the other room, but I've got the daily teachings from The Secret, which I usually read out when I do my YouTube videos. But in my journal, which is actually like the Secret, I'll put it away. I should have brought it in. You've got a page of all the things that you are grateful for now that you've actually physically got today. Grateful for just waking up, grateful for having my lovely dog Honey, grateful for having good health, grateful for this lovely home. But on the next page, you're writing about what you desire, but you're writing it as if you've already got it. So it could be, let me try to think what I'm desiring next, really. Oh, it could be, just my business building even more. I'm so grateful for my lovely clients that come to me. I'm so grateful for the money that's coming into me. I'm so grateful for the good food that I have. Things like that. So that's just little examples of what maybe you could do. You could start doing. Okay. So you've just got to embody some self-love, have some joy now, be on that frequency, being open and ready to receive. There's another book by Esther Hicks. She channels Abraham, and it's Ask, Believe, Receive. So that's a good book for you to read. But also, if you've not watched the film The Secret or read the book The Secret, I highly recommend you do both, or at least one or the other. Okay, and then key 3 is getting aligned, having aligned action, and trusting that the universe will respond when you move. Okay, when you take action. You can't just sit on the sofa every day and just think, it's going to come to me, it's going to come to me. No, you do have to do a little bit, meet it halfway. So maybe you need to also break down your goals into small aligned steps, and then take the inspired action. Okay, so maybe you need to have a good place of work. Be happy where you're working, because if you're on the frequency of not being happy what you're doing, then that's really going to affect your manifestation. You have to be grateful for what you've got. You have to put some happiness into it, into your everyday life. Okay. And at the same time, just release the timeline, trust the process, don't block it with doubt. Just believe. They say, seeing is believing. Well, in this instance, believing first, and then you will be seeing it. Okay, so the 3 keys is having clarity about what you want, writing your desires down. So key 2 is having the embody and the action. And let me start again. Key 2 is embody the energy, feeling it first. And then key 3 is having that aligned action. So maybe just break down some of the goals, make them into little bite size so that you can just take that inspired action. Okay, so I invite you to try them throughout the week. What is it that you desire? Okay, just really think about it. Are you looking for a new job? That's another thing that I manifested back in 2013 when I was going for a job at a video company, and I'd had the interview. The interview had gone well, and I was really excited, and I really thought, I really want this job. I'm so happy. And then I was literally visualizing the salary, what I wanted, visualizing getting the phone call to say that I've got the job. And yes, I did. I got the job. Okay, so I was so excited. I was doing like a little dance around the kitchen. It's going, yeah, I've got the job. I've got the job. So that's the energy that you want when you're looking to manifest something that you truly desire. Okay, you know, some people refer to it as the law of attraction. So what you put out, you attract back, but there's also the law of assumption. So you need to assume that that is for your greatest good and it's going to come to you. And that's actually another thing. So maybe there's 4 keys. Is like when you're desiring something and you've put it out there, you could be saying, you know, thank you, universe, for bringing this to me, or something better. Okay, so the universe will give you what you want, what you need, but can be something better than what you really initially thought that was all that you needed. I hope that makes sense. But even now, when I manifest things, I always say, thank you, more please, and then it comes. So it's being in that frequency of happiness and receiving what it is that you desire. Okay, so if you'd like a little affirmation of what you can use, you can be saying to yourself, I'm clear in my vision, aligned in my energy, and open to receiving all that I desire. Okay, I am clear in my vision, aligned in my energy, and open to receiving all that I desire. So that could be your little mantra or affirmation throughout the days, especially when you're writing out your goals. I've used various techniques of setting goals and manifesting things. It's like I've used goal mapping, where you've got like a ladder. I've just written things in the book saying, you know, I wanted a certain house, and, you know, so that I had a room for my mum. Or even when I gave up my corporate job, you know, I wanted to manifest the fact that I was growing my business, my white light therapies, so that I could spend time with my mum when she needed me, take her to the doctor's, hospital appointments, spending time with her, sorting out her bungalow, etc. And I really believe I manifested that lifestyle as well. And when I used to drive to her bungalow to say, take her to the doctors or whatever, I would literally hold the steering wheel and say, I'm so grateful for my life. I'm so grateful for this car that I can take my mum around and do things, etc. So it is definitely getting yourself into that vibration of happiness, of joy, you know, being grateful, etc. So I hope that you've enjoyed some of the things that I've shared with you today. I don't always share them with a lot of people, so yeah. And I hope it just makes you feel that, yeah, you can. Or if it's you know, made you think about things that you've done in your past that sort of like unbeknown to you, that you have unconsciously manifested, when you just thought, oh, such and such would be nice to happen, and then it's happened, or such and such would be nice. You know, when you've looked for something, for example, that you've gone to buy something, and lo and behold, what you thought it was going to be is literally gone half price in a sale. That's happened to me quite often. I'm like, yay, nice one. Thank you, universe. So, yeah, just think about what it is that you have manifested unintentionally, but it's just, you've put it out there. Your thoughts became the thing that you wanted. So I suggest you just try it over the next 7 days. Just, write down some goals that you want, maybe, for the rest of this year, and see what happens. Because I'll tell you what, the power in putting pen to paper and writing it down, and maybe putting post-it notes around your house as well, is like seeing those goals of what it is that you truly want. Just let me know later on, I don't know, if things have happened, and I'd love to hear anything that has happened to you in the comments. And if you are watching on the replay, please put hashtag replay so that I know that you have watched it. And yeah, I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. So as always, peace, love, namaste, beautiful souls. Until tomorrow.